The Republic Democratic of Congo was colonized by Belgium, a country where the population speak mainly French and Flemish, Dutch. But between the two colonial languages, only French was maintained. But why? That is especially weird if you know that Flanders is wealthier than Wallonia, has a higher GDP per capita, and a bigger population overall. Plus, at the fact that Flanders is on the seaside of Belgium, which is useful, if you want to build an overseas empire. And so why? Were the Flemish good guys and the Walloons were the colonizer? The answer is not here. When Belgium and especially Leopold II thought that colonizing was a good idea, they searched for land. Land nobody claimed, at least not Europeans. You bet they didn't ask the natives how they feel, and they were like, yeah, Congo, a big region not yet colonized because going inland was difficult. Or at least for Europeans not used to these environments. Now, here is the twist. While Flanders is currently much richer than Wallonia, it was the opposite back then. The French-speaking part was wealthier, and French was the language of the Belgian elites. This changed during and after World War II, when Wallonia's industry started to decline. Anyway, in Congo, while Dutch was co-official, French retained as the dominant language. Because, again, French was a must to access high jobs in the government. The colonial administration followed the same rules. Dutch was also used, but mostly for the colonizer to chat among themselves so that the locals who picked up French couldn't understand. Another important fact is that while Walloon missionaries were speaking and teaching French to the natives to spread Christian faith, the Flemish were instead mostly learning the native language. However, you should note that, at first, they didn't try to make the locals to speak any, instead relying on a few translators, because exploiting peoples did not need them to speak your language. Access to education for the natives really started to kick in after World War II. Belgium started to give more rights to the locals, opening education, which was mostly dispensed in French, from 1954. And as Flanders got richer and Wallonia got poorer, the colonial language didn't switch just like that. But it didn't matter much at that point. The desire for independence was very strong and decolonization was already on the way. Right after independence in 1960, Dutch wasn't kept as an official language, and education in Dutch stopped. And so, we have our answer. That is why Congo ended up primarily speaking French instead of Dutch, or should I say, Flemish.